to our KPC Daily Devotional. Let's read from Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train children in the right way, and when old, they will not stray. This week we've been looking at devotions from my second collection entitled Your Inner Dog, Finding Your Place in the Human Pack. And today is one entitled Floor Model. Floor Model. I'm mopping up the kitchen floor for the second time today. Penny is a small black something dog. We keep guessing as to breed mix. Right now we're leaning toward part Boston Terrier. Terribly neglected and abused as a puppy, she ended up uncared for and underfed in a small fenced run in freezing cold weather. I mean temperature at 6 degrees Fahrenheit. The owner begged Cece to take her and find a safe home for her. My wife, however, can't just foster a dog, so now she is ours. Dogs instinctively do not want to do their business in their living space. They naturally will want to go outdoors in high grass or under bushes. But I've heard that if a dog is kept in an indoor space or on a concrete pad during their earliest months without an opportunity to go outdoors, their instinct is suppressed, and they will unthinkingly urinate and defecate indoors on the floor. Well, for whatever reason, Penny is, shall we say, a floor model. Now, I expect to find accidents when a dog is sick or has been cooped up too long. If I'm late getting home or don't send them out early enough in the morning, I expect to find accidents. But this morning, the door was wide open. Most of the other dogs were outside, nosing around in the bushes. But Penny? She left her unwelcome surprise in the middle of the kitchen floor, only feet from the door outside. We have to clean up after her 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a day. I've tried various kinds of discipline, rubbing her nose in it and so on. Eventually, I suppose I shall finally retrain her to go outside, but it will be an uphill battle. Those first few months are formative. They are decisive in her thinking and behavior. A few months of bad training can lead to a lifetime of bad habits. The Bible says to train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. That's Proverbs 22:6 in a different translation. Child psychologists tell us the first 6 years are crucial. These formative years set the pattern for a person's personality, socialization, self-perception, and so on. Now, children come into the world like, little sponges. They observe, they note, and copy what they see going on around them. If the family is healthy, that is, if it's loving, respectful, emotionally mature, the children will develop healthy instincts. If the family is unhealthy, selfish, abusive, loveless, or emotionally immature, they will mimic those behaviors too. It is what they know, and as far as they know, this is normal. Children who grow up in dysfunctional homes are, I'm afraid, pretty well doomed to follow the same dysfunctional course until they get well into adulthood, say in their 40s before they're able to rethink who they are and how they want to be. But what this means is that they're still mimicking the dysfunctional patterns of their parents throughout their own childbearing and child-rearing years. And the patterns get passed down to still another generation. Good habits get passed down too. Love, listening, caring, respect, integrity, honesty, loyalty, consideration. Children see these qualities as well and will mimic them. So always be careful around children, especially your own, and consistently act in such a way as you would like to see them act as well. One thing about this proverb, it says that when he is old, he will not depart from it. When he's an adolescent, well, all bets are off. As a general rule, teenagers usually go through a phase when they are sure they know better than their elders. As they make their own mistakes and learn their own life lessons, well, they usually discover that their parents were not so stupid after all. At the latest, when they become parents themselves, the pendulum swings back to the ways they watched as children. Faith gets passed down this way as well. It's not enough to drop the kids off at church. If they don't see their parents worshiping and praying too, the kids will conclude that religious faith and Bible stories are just for kids. And when they get to be adults, they will stop. If mama takes them to church and demonstrates Christian faith, while dad goes to the golf course, kids will conclude that religious faith is for women and children, but not for mature men. And when the boys get to be adults, they will stop. But if they see both parents living out their Christian faith, they will learn that real men, real women, pray and serve and give and trust in God. And they will grow up wanting to be like that sooner or later. Penny learned her bad habits during her first 6 years, doggy years, that is. Though I try to teach her otherwise, she may not be able to learn differently until she gets to be 3 or 4 human years old. It's a whole lot easier to nip those bad habits in the bud in the first 3 months than have to retrain over the next several years. In the meantime, I'll just have to buy lots of rolls of paper towels and remind myself that this is a useful lesson for me in patient endurance. I wish you a blessed day ahead. Goodbye.